What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. It's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my Eagles and Redskins prediction video. Monday Night Football. This coming up Monday, Eagles and Redskins. Man, it has felt like a long time since I've seen the Eagles, man, and I hate to wait. Patience. I hate waiting. I really do. It's not my strong suit. I hate waiting during the normal week just to watch them play on Sunday. I haven't seen them since Thursday last week, man. And you know what? The Eagles need the rest. Trust me. They need the rest. They need the practice. And they're getting it, and it's good. But I'm sick and tired of waiting, man. I want to see some bird. I was listening to 4th and John yesterday. E-Rock went to go visit his parents, and he saw his mom watching the Cardinals game. He's like, Mom, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I can't get enough of these birds. And I don't blame her. I love watching these Eagles, man. I enjoy it. You know how many times I done watched that celebration video of them in the locker room with Malcolm Jenkins, LeGarrette Blount, and Jalen Mills. Every time I see that, it puts a smile on my face because I'm like, yo, this is so beautiful. I love seeing them like this, man. It's incredible. But we got to focus, refocus. It's Monday Night Football, Eagles and Redskins. Who's going to win? Does the Eagles. But here's the thing, right? So you always know I like to bring up Addy in these situations. You know, he's like, I'm really worried that the Eagles, you know, they're 5-1, they're tied. Sunday was a very, very weird day in the NFL because the Packers lost Aaron Rodgers and, you know, might be for the season, you know, and because of that, that means they're now 4-2. And that means the Vikings are 4-2. The Arizona Cardinals are 4-2. The Falcons lost, which means they're 3-2. Because they blew another lead. The Super Bowl curse is real, and I'm pretty sure they're probably going to lose on Sunday too. It'll probably be a shootout between Atlanta Falcons and the Patriots because I don't know if it's in New England or not. If it's in Atlanta, they probably win the game. But if it's in New England, which I think it is, then I think that gives the edge to the Patriots. But, you know, who knows? They've already lost twice in their stadium. Could happen a third time. But the thing with Atlanta, they can't hold on to a lead. The Super Bowl hangover curse, whatever you want to call it, that is real. So I'm not really expecting much from them this year anyway. Even if they do make the playoffs, they're not going back to the Super Bowl and winning it. So that's a fact. Yeah, so all the teams who would win and challenge for that top spot, they all lost. Which means the Eagles are now in sole possession of not just the NFC East, but they're in sole possession of the entire NFC. Then on top of that, the Chiefs lost to the Falcons. The Chiefs lost to the Steelers this past Sunday, and that means now we're tied for the best record in the entire NFL. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, really? Wow. Like, it's like stars are aligning, you know? I'm not saying it, but it's like things could not go better for the Eagles right now. And so Addy's like, I'm so scared. You know, they're 5-1, atop of the division, atop the NFC conference, atop the entire NFL with the Chiefs. It's like, I'm really scared, man. It's going to get to their head. And I said, no, it's not. And then we got an article. And LeGarrette Blount said that, you know, they could lose 10 straight. They could end up the year 6-10. And that they block out all the noise and they only focus on the next opponent. And this is what I love about this Eagles team because they're focused and remain focused. LeGarrette Blount is doing it. Malcolm Jenkins is doing it because he said at the beginning of the year. Carson Wentz is doing it because he remembers what happened last year. The whole 3-0 start. How, oh my God, Pennsylvania, this kid is special. And then the whole thing happened. And then Doug Peterson, you know, he's doing an amazing job keeping them level-headed. It's the offensive coordinator. He was there for the 4 Buffalo Super Bowl runs that they had and couldn't get the job done. I hope that doesn't happen to us. I would love to go to 4 straight Super Bowl. I hope that doesn't happen to us. I don't think it will because Carson Wentz is special. But it's like we have all these leaders in the locker room, you know, and plus, even if you take all of that into account, you got guys here who were on the 2014 Eagles. What is so special about the 2014 Eagles? The 2014 Eagles was Chip Kelly's second year as the head coach, and they also went 5-1. But what ended up happening? They ended up beating the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, went to 9-3, and then we lost the next 3 out of our 4 games to go 10-6. and not only lose the NFC East, but were kicked out of playoff contention. Fletcher Cox was there. Malcolm Jenkins was there. Nick Foles, who's back, was there. They all remember what happened. So, with all that happened in the past, with LeGarrette Blount knowing, with Doug Peterson knowing, with Carson Wentz knowing, with them focusing. Heck, at the end of the year, Carson Wentz with the Fletcher Cox, yo, we're going next year. And Fletcher's like, yeah, we got to, bro, we got to. They're doing it. They're accomplishing. They're blocking out the noise. They're telling the young ones, don't listen to it. Remain focused. Only focus. We're not even thinking about the Super Bowl. We're thinking about the Redskins. They said they're treating this game like an NFC championship game. You got to do that. You got to remain focused with that. And I love it about this team. That's why I said this team is different. That's why I said this team is special. This also applies to us Eagles fans as well. Like, I'm excited. I really am. But at the same time, I'm remembering, I don't want what happened in 2014 to happen to this team. I don't think it will. They all remember that. And as fans, we gotta chill. We gotta chill too. We do. We gotta remain humble, and we gotta say the players are doing it. We gotta do it too. We know what happened to us in the past, so we gotta remain focused. I just said that in the Warriors video. They gotta remain focused if you want to accomplish great things. Things are lining up for the Eagles. You wouldn't know that they were injured players, but because they look so good in every game that they've played in, except for the Chiefs game, and even still, they're 5-1. Like. They've won 4 straight games. So that brings me to the Redskins. You know, the Redskins got injuries too. I believe, I just read that they lost a linebacker for the rest of the season. They don't got Josh Norman. You know, Kirk Cousins is still trying to find that connection with his receivers, as is Carson Wentz. But, it's just, come on, man. Like, if they just do the same thing that they did on opening day, pressure Kirk Cousins and Cam Newton are very similar in the fact that they like to escape the pocket when they can and run and extend plays. You contain him. You contain Kirk Cousins and make them one-dimensional because we already know they're not running the ball. So that's not happening. But you contain them. You stop the run. You contain Kirk Cousins. You make a miss. You get a couple turnovers. You will win the game. It's not going to be easy because it's an NFC East rivalry. Those games always go down to the wire. And just as I said in my Warriors video, the only team that can stop this Eagles team right now is the Eagles themselves. And that would only be if they were full of themselves. But since they're not full of themselves, and since they're taking every game seriously in one game at a time, that's not going to happen. Which means any sort of trap game that might happen, they're not going to take that team lightly either. AKA the 49ers next week. But we're taking this one game at a time. So, I think the Eagles will win. And I'm going with a score. It's going to be very similar, I feel like, to opening night. And I'm going with a score of 28-17. I think the Eagles win this handily. It'll be close probably in the first half. But then during the third quarter and the fourth quarter, it'll be over. So I'm not really worried. So Eagles are going to do this. I'm proud of everything the Eagles have accomplished. I can't watch old games, but I'm going back watching the highlights. I'm going back watching the celebration video after they beat the Carolina Panthers. So I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. But at the same time, I'm remaining humble because I know that anything could go wrong because this is the Eagles we're talking about. But this is a different Eagles team. This is a special team. So you know what? And speaking of that, and speaking of my friend Addy, let me tell you what this man said. I'm going off track here, but that's okay because I can do that. And you love my story times. Let me tell you what this man said. So I'm watching Monday Night Raw, right? And he texts me and he goes, I want the Arizona Cardinals to win a Super Bowl before the Eagles. Mind you, this is an Eagles fan. And I said, excuse me? Are you okay? Are you smoking weed? Are you doing drugs? Are you sniffing cocaine? What is wrong with you? Why would you say that? And he says, because Larry Fitzgerald is a Hall of Famer and he deserves a ring. And I said, I don't care what he is. I don't want him winning a Super Bowl before us. Matter of fact, he had his chance when he beat us in the NFC Championship game in 2008. What do you mean? He had his chance and he couldn't get the job done. That's not my fault he ain't got a ring. You know? And he's like, well, I asked football. He's like, I asked people and they all agreed with me. I said, who did you ask? And he said, I asked football fans. I said, no, there's your problem right there. You didn't ask Eagles fans because I don't care what anyone else says. Of course, you're going to say, oh, yeah, sure, let's the Arizona Cardinals win before the Eagles. I don't care what they say. I want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, okay? I don't want anybody else winning in Super Bowl before us. I'm not saying it's gonna happen this year, but I'm just saying, what Eagles fan gonna say that, huh? He's like, if the Arizona Cardinals got to the NFC Championship game and we lost to them, I'd be fine with that. I'm like, is something seriously wrong with you? He's in college, and I'm like, are you drinking? Are you going to party? Are you doing drugs? Are you on that weed? Like, I don't get what was going through his head. Like, what Eagles fan gonna say that? Especially to the Arizona Cardinals. Especially to them. He knows what the Arizona Cardinals have done to us in the past. He texted me before that game. He was like, the Arizona Cardinals always had our number. Larry Fitzgerald, man, that scares me, man. And I said, it should scare you. I said, but this Eagles team is different and they're going to win. And they did that. But now he's going around saying, yeah, I think they should win a Super Bowl for us because I want Larry Fitzgerald to get a ring. Bump Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a very special player. He's a nice, great person, does things for the community and all that sort of stuff. But he had his chance. He had his chance. And he's like, by that account, the Eagles had their chance too. I'm thinking, darn right they had their chance. They had their chance in 1980 when we lost to the Raiders, and they had their chance when we lost to the New England Patriots. And I wasn't alive in 1980, and I wasn't watching Eagles football in 2004. But I'm like, that makes me upset that we don't have a Super Bowl. That should make you upset. And the fact that you're telling me that you want somebody else to win a Super Bowl just because they're a Hall of Famer and they're a great person, that makes you sound dumb, especially coming from an Eagles fan. What is wrong with you? Like, does that make sense? Do you know anybody who would say this? Like, clearly he's smoking something. Clearly. Maybe I shouldn't listen to him anymore. Because even up until the Carolina game, he was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this Eagles team is good. And I said, I understand that. I said, but you gotta believe, man. You gotta believe. And now he's over here saying, yeah, man, 5-1, man, it's gonna get to their head. Nah, LeGarrette Blount says it's not happening. Carson Wentz, not happening. Doug Peterson, not happening. Frank Wright, or whatever his name is, the offensive coordinator, the coaches, they're all saying, nah, not happening. Malcolm Jenkins, not happening. Because we remember. And so, we're gonna win the game.
Why you wearing that shit? They lost.
They did lose, but it's okay.
Katie.
He took the shot.
He didn't let go in time.
He didn't let go in time. That's fine. It's fine. He didn't let go in time. But that's fine. As the Warriors lost their opening game last year, and what happened? They won the championship.
Did they? Oh yeah.
Yeah, they lost to Spurs. Don't matter. They're not good. It's Kawhi Leonard or nothing.
You sound stupid.
Without Kawhi Leonard, the Spurs are not good.
Okay, yeah, but they had Kawhi Leonard. They were at the finals that year.
They weren't going to the finals anyway. That's a Packers fan right there. You already know how he's feeling. He said Aaron Rodgers coming back in 5 to 7 weeks. I said, man, are you crazy? But all that said and done, remember what I said. Eagles winning 28-17, probably 30-17. But I feel comfortable with the win. I think we will win. See, the Eagles are the most balanced team in the NFL. They really are. Some teams, like the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers, they have, and the New England Patriots this year, they've got great offenses, but terrible defenses. And then you got teams like the Seattle Seahawks, who have a great defense, but a bad offense. It's like, but the Eagles are the most well-balanced team. And, you know, they got a great offensive line and a great defensive line. And while the defense secondary does give up big plays, when the moment counts, they do make the play that helps win the game. Like catching an interception or, you know, holding off, you know, a couple extra seconds for the defensive line to get to the quarterback. You know, and the offense, you know, while it's still finding its way with Alshon and Torrey and everything and Zach Ertz, the running game, everyone, you know, people were just upset that the Eagles are winning. And, you know, they'll say, who did they beat? You know, they're running a basic offense. Nothing special about them. Don't let them. Don't listen to them. We Eagles fans know what's up. We know what's up. We know what we're seeing. And who cares what they think? We've never cared about what they think before unless they're being disrespectful. Then we will go and fight them. Because I'll go fight them. No, I'm just playing. But that being said, that's about it. Remember what I said, score 28-17. I believe the Eagles will win. They are a good team. They're on a road to 6-1. And then we got the 49ers. And then we got the Broncos. And then we got our bye. This felt like a mini bye. But you know what? It's all cool because when they play on Monday night, they'll be well rested and ready to go. So with that being said, that's about it. Until next time, if you're not down with that, I've got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace out, y'all.